Hello folks, Fat Guy Flies RC here. We're out here at the Avon Park field. All right, we're still filming. All right, sorry I had to adjust my hat here. Going to take up the FMS J3 Cub in the Swiss livery again.
Safe mode.
All right, we don't want that. Experience mode, that's what we want. Motor on. It always helps to fly your plane with the motor on. Call me crazy. Okay, we're up. We just flew it a while ago, so I don't need to do a range test. Kind of a fast move or fast turn there with her, so I didn't need to worry about our fast aileron turn, so I wasn't worried about a coordinated turn. Now here I'm going to do a coordinated turn because I'm turning a lot slower. Now anytime you're flying a cub, especially curved wing cubs like this one is, you want, if you're not going to take your turn with some speed, then you need to do coordinated turn. That's kind of one right there. And what that is just you turning with the rudder for direction, ailerons to keep your wings level, no elevator to keep the nose up, and then throttle just to keep enough momentum to keep her going positive. But maybe half throttle, a little less than half throttle right there. And this is just a very easy plane to fly. Well, she's a trainer J3 Cub. All cubs are usually inherently easy to fly because they are high wings, so they'll float in for you. And this is just such a good looking plane. And here we can take her up. And see, she'll do some aerobatics for you. There, nice little knife edge there. Into the wind, she's wanting to rise. And see, she'll fly inverted for you all day. I'm just not a big fan of flying inverted. It's not that I'm scared of it. Well, no, I'll be honest, yeah, I am a little scared of it. Because of the fact that all your orientation is now completely opposite. And so I get a little confused, and then I've, after I destroyed my Consendo by doing that. There we go. Yeah. Very nice handling bird. That landing gear is functional. It's not just for looks. Those springs that are underneath there are functional. And this particular version, this is the version 2, is a 3-cell only. Here, a nice little knife edge here for you. It's 3-cell only. And I'm not sure, the version 3 that's been released, I don't know if it's 4-cell. All I do know for sure is that it has much stronger, more robust landing gear, which, if any of y'all who's had this one will understand. I've tried landing this plane in grass, like this ruddy grass here, and boy, it just ripped that landing gear right out. That's the second set of landing gear I've had to put on there. But since I'm landing on the runway, it's fine. So the version 3, which is all you can get now anyways, has a lot stiffer, more robust landing gear. That's the only thing I know for sure. And there's very little torque roll. I mean, you do have to give a little bit of right rudder. I think it's right, either right or left. Anyways, you do have to give a little bit of rudder when you take off, but not enough to really worry about. Just a little bit. But very nice, controllable plane. Very easy to control, very easy to fly. Now, but you can only get her in plug and play. So you'll have to touch and go. You'll have to provide your own receiver, So, in this plane, I have an older AR-36A from an old bind and fly plane. I want to say maybe an older Timber that I used to have. I really don't remember what it came out of. But tail dragger. Anybody who flies tail draggers know what I mean. She'll ground loop a little bit. But let's see if we can't get one more here. Of course, my landings are a little bit easier today because I do have a nice east wind, about 5 miles, going right down the runway, going straight from the east. I'm flying to the west now, so I'm landing into the wind, and that's acting like flaps, making my landing much more controllable. And this is why, it's one of the reasons why if you can land into the wind, it makes life a lot easier. See, this plane doesn't have flaps, so I'm letting the wind be my air brake. Got 1 minute and 6 seconds. I think we can afford to go up one more time. And you know me, one more time. But this is just I'm very impressed with this plane. I really don't know why I haven't flown it more often. I guess because I just have so many planes. And I'm not trying to brag, but I do. I have like 90-something planes. So trying to find time to fly them all is nearly impossible. But you know what? The advantage of flying, having so many planes, is they last longer because I don't fly them that often. I mean, you're taking, it's just like when you drive your car. You take a little bit of life off your car every time you drive it. Okay? So that's why you do maintenance and stuff. So if I don't fly the plane that often, yeah, we're doing one more, then it lasts me a little bit longer. The only thing I have to fight is really hanger rash and the foam getting dry and brittle over time. And the biggest killer for foam is long-term exposure to heat. That's what dries it out. So if you can, so the rule of thumb should always be, as far as when you're for storing and maintaining foam planes, is if you're comfortable, the planes are comfortable. Okay, if you can keep your planes in an air-conditioned garage or something, all the better. Because if you're comfortable, the foam's gonna last you a whole lot longer. And you think, well, I don't want to air condition my garage. Well, if you've got 10 or more planes, you got several $1,000s worth of investment there. You need to think of it that way. You need to protect it. All right, folks. Well, that's the J3 Cub by FMS. It's the version 2. The version 3 has some more upgrades, exactly the same airframe, looks the same, it just has some upgrades to it. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and God bless y'all.